So after my Las Vegas Resorts World video went viral and gathered all these wonderful comments from Las Vegas fanboys who can barely spell, it really motivated me to make another video and see how many more people I can offend. So I flew across the country to check out the Hard Rock Seminole Casino and compare it to Resorts World Las Vegas. To be as fair and objective as possible, I walked there from my hotel just like I did with Resorts World, which was a really bad idea since half the sidewalks were closed and I had to take a bunch of detours and a 1-hour walk took 2.5. I mean, geez, I thought Resorts World was out of the way. This place is literally in the middle of nowhere. Alright. So when I finally got there to the main entrance, it felt a lot more walkable and welcoming. You then turn the corner to see the main doors and realize you're not in some mini mall like other resorts that will go unnamed are. And once you walk in, you're greeted with this beautiful light show and waterfall. And you're also surrounded by nature with these waterfalls and what I assume are fake plants. At least this place is beginning to have a theme and a soul compared to other places I've been to, such as Resorts World Las Vegas. And my main question is, would this place also feel empty and shallow like Resorts World did when I showed up in the middle of a random Thursday afternoon at 2 p.m.? So to be as fair as possible to Resorts World, all of the following was filmed at 2 p.m. but on a Tuesday, meaning it should be even more empty than Resorts World on a Thursday. So the first thing I noticed is Hard Rock's architecture gave you a choice when you walked in. You could either go to the casino, go to the hotel and lobby bar, which was actually open compared to most of the bars at Resorts World, or go to the shopping mall section. Each area was clearly identified and labeled with its own distinct and appropriate theme. For example, when it felt like it was in a shopping mall, it was because it was in the shopping mall section. It didn't occupy most of the space like in Resorts World. And they had a very helpful directory telling me exactly where the nightclub and conference centers were, so I wasn't wandering around aimlessly going through them like in Resorts World. And while the conference center was also empty like in Resorts World, it was clearly marked and blocked off from the rest of the area so no one got confused like I did. The main area is the casino area, which actually feels like you're in a casino, not in a mall with a bunch of slot machines randomly placed in it. It felt really immersive the way they design these pathways here. You have to choose a path and go through the casino to get anywhere. You can't go around them like you could in Resorts World. And as you wander, you'll notice this bar immersed in the center of everything with people in it as it's actually open. I then found the sports bar, which was absolutely packed and it wasn't separated from everything else like it was in Resorts World. I mean, look at everyone here watching the World Cup on a Tuesday at 2 p.m. I ordered a beer expecting them to serve it to me in a tiny plastic cup, charging me $13 as they did in Dick's Last Resort in Las Vegas. But they instead served me a glass double the size for only $9. To be fair to Resorts World though, I have no idea how much they charge for a beer because all the bars I wanted to go to there were closed. And just like Resorts World, they had some fancy overpriced restaurants if you enjoy wasting money or are desperately trying to impress your date. And for everyone else who lost all their money at gambling, there's the food court, just like Resorts World had. But it was empty because everyone with a gambling problem called Player's Edge, which had these signs placed all over the place. I didn't see a single one of these in Las Vegas. They also had a pool which was separate from the hotel-only pool, however it was closed for renovations. But that of course didn't stop me from doing some trespassing to give you guys a little sneak peek. And just like Resorts World, they had a theater with a bunch of big names performing, although they were far into the future. But unlike Resorts World, this place actually had some personality and a theme. You could check out all this music history, memorabilia scattered throughout the place, left and right, with all these helpful plaques so you could see what these things are about. They also had a car as part of the decor, but it wasn't crushed up into a ball as it was in Resorts World. What's really cool though is this waterfall and light show we saw when we first walked in. It sort of looks like a UFO, but instead of abducting you, it will abduct your boredom. It synchronizes music to the lights and the video on the screen. I think it ran every 15 minutes or at least every hour, but it was really nice for them to provide free entertainment and even seating for members of the general public like me. So what are my thoughts on this place compared to Resorts World overall? Well, I'm not going to say it's better or worse than Resorts World. Things aren't that simple. It depends who you are and what you're looking for. Hard Rock definitely had more of a personality to it, vibe, and a soul. It didn't feel like a large empty shopping mall. I feel like that put me and a lot of the other guests there in a more friendly and social mood. I managed to talk to a bunch of people at the place and I stayed there for like 6 hours. However, the Hard Rock Seminole location is a deal breaker for me if I had to stay there as a hotel guest. I personally don't like all-inclusive resort sort of things. I like being able to wander around, see other people, check out different parts of the area. However, if you're okay not leaving the resort for your entire stay, then I think you're going to have a better time at Hard Rock over Resorts World. But if you're like me and want to check out the area, you're going to prefer Resorts World in Las Vegas. Even though it's out of the way from the center strip, it's still within walking distance, so you can go walk down there and check out a bunch of bars, restaurants, and casinos during the middle of the day when Resorts World is more empty. So even though I had a lot more fun during the day at Hard Rock, if I had to stay in a hotel at either one, I would have to pick Resorts World because it's so close to the main part of the Las Vegas Strip, and I don't like staying in the resort during my whole vacation. So I hope I gave you a good tour of the Hard Rock Seminole in Hollywood, Florida, and I hope I cleared a few things up with the people at Resorts World if they're watching this. Thanks for watching until the end. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm.